Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this conference with Lisette Chanel, and I will be taking you through this evening's conference. Tonight, we are going to be looking at exploring local culture through food and festivals. Please note that the conference is B1 to B2 level. The conference will last for 25 minutes, and for the last 5 minutes, we will have a question and answer. So feel free to write your questions on a paper or in the chat, and we can look at them in the last 5 minutes. So let's begin. We will look at 4 parts in tonight's conference. The first, what are the best ways to experience local culture? The second, understanding culture through food. The third, famous festivals and their importance. And number 4, attending food festivals and events. So as I mentioned before, you may find a pen and a notebook to note down vocabulary and expressions to check later on. DeepL.com is a good translator if you need some help. Have you had a busy day? Don't worry, now you can relax as we go on our trip around the world. Let's go. Experiencing local food culture or local culture through food and festivals is an incredible way to learn about a new place, to develop a deeper appreciation for the local culture, and to create lasting memories. So, what are the best ways to experience local culture? Exploring local culture through food and festivals is an incredibly rewarding experience. By immersing yourself in the local culture, you can gain a better understanding of the customs and traditions of the area. You can also learn about the history and the culture of the place you are visiting, and you can even learn about the local language and diet. So, how do we immerse ourselves into the local culture? That is the question. Let's have a look. Number one of the best ways to do this is to take a guided tour. A guided tour can help you learn more about the local history, the culture, and the customs of the area. Another way to immerse yourself in the local culture is to participate in cultural events. Music festivals, art exhibitions, and craft markets are all great ways to immerse yourself into the local culture. Learning the local language. Taking a local language class or even just learning some of the basics can be a great way to connect with the locals and to make the most out of your trip. Understanding culture through food. Food is one of the key aspects to understanding culture. When looking to understand a people and their history, one can study books. Yet there exists a story found only through ingredients, tastes, smell, and color. So here is a useful tip. There are usually many different restaurants and cafes available in most areas, so it can be difficult to know which ones to choose. One of the best ways to find the best local food is to ask the locals for their recommendations. The locals will usually know the best places to eat and will be able to give you insider tips on where to find the best local food. So we have the most popular food from different countries around the world. Starting with London. London is known for its fish and chips. Brits, or English known as the Britons, have been eating fish and chips since the 17th century, when Sephardic Jews brought their recipe for fried fish to British shores. The British government made sure that supplies of fish and chips didn't run low during two world wars, as it would be too detrimental to morale if it ran out. Paris, we find the crêpe. Maybe Paris and maybe all of France as well. Crêpes are originally from Brittany, but Parisians adopted them many years ago. Crêpes are usually sweet, based on wheat flour, and are usually eaten as a dessert with yummy things like ice cream, Nutella, and crème chantilly. But we also know they are not just sweet crepes. We've also got the savory crepe, which is slightly different. In Rome, we have pizza. The word pizza was first documented in 1997 AD in Gaeta and successively in different parts of central and southern Italy. So there are also some festivals, famous festivals and their importance. Just a slight note on the food culture. There are obviously many other different places where we can find different recipes, a different kind of food culture. So in today's conference, we were just highlighting a few, but there are many others. We find the different kinds of food that are eaten in Spain that are quite important, and the different kinds of food that are eaten maybe in Germany. So it's all just an example for tonight's conference. Festivals normally include streets filled with music and parades, and you might see traditional rituals that aren't performed at any other time. This means that you are fully embraced in local life as everyone joins in with the celebrations. The first one we have is Diwali, India. This festival of lights is celebrated by a number of religions across India and beyond. Dia de los Muertos in Mexico. The Mexican festival, Day of the Dead, is when families come together to pray for and remember lost relatives. I think it is a very beautiful festival. We then have the Black and White Carnival in Colombia. People of all ethnicities don black cosmetics on the first day, then white talcum on the next, to symbolize equality and integrate all citizens through a celebration of ethnic and cultural difference. Attending food festivals and events. So let's look at some history. Street food developed in ancient times. Originally, local food was provided by vendors to other places as they traveled across cities. In the excavation of Pompeii, signs of street food vendors were discovered in the city. In the 1500s, Aztec markets provided afternoon meals to the hard-working people. In Asia, the culinary culture has been based on street food for centuries. Attending food festivals and events celebrating local cuisine is an exciting way to experience the diverse flavors and cultural richness of a community. So, when we focus on Europe, there are 4 food festivals you need to experience. So let's have a look. The first one is called the Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany. Participants are welcome to spend 16 days drinking beer and eating sausages and pretzels. The Oktoberfest is undoubtedly a special, lengthy festival to meet and celebrate the Bavarian culture. The Galway International Oyster and Seafood Festival in Ireland. It has been organized since 1954, and it is undoubtedly an interesting option for the lovers of seafood. Stragusto International Street Food Festival in Trapani, Italy. Visitors will have the chance to experience street food from the Mediterranean in the historic center of Trapani. More specifically, there will be savors of the Greek, Moroccan, and even Serbian cultures. The Athens Street Food Festival 2024 in Greece. This event has been conducted in the city since 2016, and it is probably the largest food festival in Greece, with an entrance fee of €3. So we hope that you have enjoyed our trip around the world today and learned some new expressions. Hopefully this conference will inspire you for the future recipes or travels. So because we finished our conference quite early today, is there anyone who would like to comment or talk about what we experienced in tonight's conference? What did you think about the food, or what did you think about the conference? Would anyone like to share? You can unmute your microphone now. No?
Yes.
Hi, Natasha.
Hi. It was a very good experience to see that conference.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd really like to see Athens Street Food Festival.
Really? In the one in Greece?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever been to any other food festivals or before?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
But I would like to do that.
Okay, wonderful. And a quick question, why do you think these kinds of festivals are important?
Because it's important to share with other people.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Is there anyone else who would like to comment, share your experience about a food festival? If you have gone to a food festival, is there anyone who would like to make more comments? So thank you so much, Natasha. What about you, Raymond? Have you ever been to a food festival?
Yes, I spent several days in Germany.
Oh,
Yes, in Munich.
wonderful.
Yes,
Did you
yes,
go to the Oktoberfest?
Yes,
Oh,
but it's too much alcohol, I think. It's too much.
yes. No, but thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Eric, Christophe, Emily, would anyone like to share about an experience?
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
Thank you. It was really interesting. I love food. I love food. How do you say?
Food festivals or
Food
just
festival.
food?
Yes.
Lovely. Yes. Yes.
I was in London some weeks ago, and
Mhm.
there is a lot of food truck in the street, and it's really nice because everybody come and can eat every day a lot of things, and
Yes.
it's really
We
nice.
spend good moments together. I think
Yes.
that's lovely. I must say also where I live, there is a food truck that he makes pizza. And it is so amazing. And I think of him every time I think about the street food and just that idea of sharing and just enjoying. So thank you, Emily, for sharing.
Thank you.
We've also have Eric. Eric said, I have never been to a food festival, but sure, it's really great. Thank you so much, everyone. So this is the kind of vocabulary that we use when we talk about food and the food we enjoy. So you can have a look. The vocabulary is highlighted in the conference. So you will see words that have been chosen to speak about these festivals. And you can use this vocabulary when you are speaking about your experiences of food. So thank you everyone for joining me for this evening's conference. And thank you so much for sharing. Natasha, would you like to say something? I see you raised your hand.
Yeah, I have a little question.
Yes.
What is the meaning of lengthy?
Lengthy. So when we
Yes.
talk about something being lengthy, en français, vous parlez de quelque chose avec une longue durée.
Mm,
So when it
okay.
has a long duration of time, or we can say a movie is lengthy, it is an adjective that helps us say that something is long.
Okay, thank you so much.
No, my absolute pleasure. Do we have any other questions before we end tonight's conference? No, we all good?
Yeah.
Yes, Emily.
What is the meaning of wheat flour?
Wheat flour, c'est le farine de blé.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you.
So no, my absolute pleasure. So that is what wheat flour is. And yes, I will be sending everyone the PDF after tonight's conference. So make sure that you have put your email address in the chat so that I can send that to you. So thank you everyone for joining me for this wonderful conference this evening. And thank you for sharing your experiences. I will see you next Friday when we will talk about a new topic. So thank you everyone and good night.